Welcome to the long overdue third episode of the Rogue Gamers podcast. I am your host, Aaron, aka Immortal Donut. With me, as always, is my buddy from across the pond, Sir Bruno Pinto.
Hello, and yes, it's been long overdue, as you say. It's nice to have you back here, and nice to be recording a podcast again.
Yeah, life definitely took its toll on me over the last couple months. My daughter graduating and a bunch of stuff going on, so it's good to be back. And there's a lot of stuff going on that we haven't gotten to talk about yet. First and foremost, the Switch 2 has launched, and
I know.
I've got mine right here. Did you get a case for yours to protect it?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
I did. In fact, that's my here. I got a case. I bought the case before I had it anyway from AliExpress, and I wasn't happy with it. So I then got another one just recently from the brand is Savage Raven, and I'm showing up off here. It's it's. I mean, obviously for the listener, this is obviously pointless, but it's nice and sturdy, hard case, and velvety inside and everything. So it's it's this one is really good. It's actually for akin to the Steam Deck one, but obviously just a bit slimmer. So I'm quite happy with that one, and it's important to have a case. But I've heard this is a pro tip. Another thing you can do if you're a pro player, if you have a rucksack, right? Leave the Joy-Cons at home. Put the Switch onto where your laptop goes, right? The slot for the laptop, and just take a Pro Controller with you in the thing, so that you can just play Pro Controller and and the screen. As well. That's also an option. If you have a rucksack already. But yes. I got one on launch day, and I remember because I go home and I was setting it up and I was playing, and then you had just woken up because obviously you're, and then you're like, "There's one on target. I'll be back in a bit," and then off you went and you got yours as well. Yep. So and we played a bit of Mario Kart as well, World, right? Let's talk about it then. What's your impression so far? What's this? 2-3 weeks in with the Switch. What's your impression so far?
So I really like it. I think that it feels like very much a premium product compared to the other models of the original Switch. The OLED being the closest to having a pretty good product overall, especially with their kickstand that they put on that one. But it still felt almost cheap, plasticky a little bit, and so this one definitely feels sturdy. I've seen a couple videos of them testing the durability, dropping it from like 9 feet. Like, who's gonna drop it from 9 feet? But it still survived. The Joy-Con didn't, but it actually still worked. They just had to put the stuff back in it. So it seems like everything that they've kind of tested to see what would break down has been really good. The only concern is the joysticks from the Joy-Cons. They're still not the Hall effect version, so there is the potential for more stick drift. And
I wonder if that's because of the magnets on the that you have to attach it. I wonder if that's why they didn't go with it, or if it was just a cost thing.
It was the magnets, from what I understood. Because they couldn't do the same magnet setup.
I must say though, I got the Pro Controller. I don't know if you got the Pro Controller for the Switch too, and no joke. I mean, they don't have the Hall effect on this one either. They have, but. Right. The whatever materials they're picking for this, it just feels great. It's I mean, I don't know if you can class this as a first party controller, like the entry level, because obviously you got the Joy-Cons already, but this is hands down the best one, I think, for me, compared to the Xbox and PlayStation. It just feels great. And and the trouble on the sticks is great. They made it in such a way that the bottom of the stick is like a ball, right? And then it touches around the sides, so you can which means that the stick never actually touches the side. So it feels it feels like they're floating on air basically.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's going to help with stick drift or not. And and you got the triggers in the back as well, the programmable triggers, which work really well and non-intrusive at all. Yeah, I'm really impressed with this switch to Pro controller. And yeah, in terms of the Switch itself, if you're talking about the OLED, I never had the OLED, so for me, this one is an upgrade on the screen, big time. It looks better. It has HDR, but I'm doing HDR inverted commas. It's not very good HDR on it. But it's 120 frames with a variable refresh rate. So it's a very decent screen, and certainly a big upgrade for me on the original Switch, because I still have a launch Switch. That was mine. Games wise, obviously not a lot of the games came out with it. I want to talk about Mario Kart in a second, but what I actually been playing a lot is I got the expansion pack. I had the Switch Online already, but I got the expansion pack, which allows you to, as well as play GameCube games, allows you to get the upgrades for Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom for free. And I've never finished Tears of the Kingdom, if you remember. I was about 70% done. Yeah, massive fan of Breath of the Wild, and when I was playing Tears of the Kingdom, I loved it as well. But I didn't quite finish it, even though I was really liking it. So I got back to it anyway. I've been spending a lot of my time on that, just polishing off some. I think when I started, I was on maybe 70%, and about, I don't know, about 75, 80 shrines done. So I'm like at 110 shrines or something now, and quite a lot more of the light routes on the underworld, or whatever it's called, the depths. The depths. I've got the Master Sword. I've been really enjoying, because to me, a Switch, I wanted to emulate the first Switch, so I wanted to play a Zelda game, so like Tears of the Kingdom is going to be perfect for it. And the game, I mean, runs now at 60 frames at a higher refresh rate, like I think up to 4K, but I'm playing on my monitor, so I'm playing at that 1440p, which is great because the game internally is running at 1440. So if you're playing it on a 4K TV, it's upscaling from 1440 to 4K. I'm playing on my monitor, so I'm playing 1:1. So it looks brilliant. And just a dream. And Mario Kart. So what have you been playing? Obviously, talk to us about Mario Kart. What do you think about it, and what else have you been playing on it?
So I mean, Mario Kart, of course, being the flagship game for this console launch, I thought it was a great addition. They did a lot of really nice things. The really fun thing with Mario Kart is seeing all these like top tier players finding all these little secret paths and like comboing wall jumps to rail grinds to skips, and I'm like, I'm not that good, but it's awesome to see how creative these guys can be in this game. Um, the cups were fantastic to play. The only really big knock that I have on it is with both doing the cups and then online when you're playing the races. The first race you do as a normal track, so you get the 3 laps on that track. You get familiar with it. After that, you drive to the next track as half or more of the race, and then you finish with 1 lap on the track that you're going to next. And I don't mind that. It's cool that you do get to drive to those, but I feel that it kind of cheapens those tracks that you do after that. And I haven't tested since, but there was an update where on the online portion you had the same things if you picked one of the tracks with the arrows, but if you picked random, then it would pick a random track and you wouldn't necessarily drive to it. You would get the 3 laps of that race. But now it doesn't do that. You still have to drive to it. And I feel like that's just kind of a missed opportunity, but it's still fun. The multiplayer itself is fantastic. I really enjoyed Mario Kart 8 with the online portion of it. Again, wasn't great, but I was better than the average. And this one, it feels like even if you're not great, you still have a good chance because 24 players in these races, it is utter chaos. Like I remember
Crazy.
playing
Yeah.
with you, like I would go from 22nd to 3rd, back to 18th, up to 4th, like it's just wild swings constantly, and that makes for really engaging racing. So I've really liked that, and I've done a few of the knockout races, which that's also fun. Um, but it's also one of those that if you get hosed right before the line, then you're gonna get knocked out.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I echo pretty much most of the things you said. I think the move from 12 to 24 no multiplayer is really interesting. I mean, it did mean that they had to widen a lot of the tracks to accumulate so many players. But it is chaos, and it is pure joy as well when you're playing the game. I've never been a Super Mario Kart guy. I like Mario Kart. I like Mario Kart 8. I play the all the Mario Karts since pretty much since the 64 and Nintendo 64, and I like them. But I've never been the guy that enjoys playing them on my own. So I've not been playing a lot of it on my own, like unlocking all the tracks. I need to. I like playing online basically. But no, I like everything. I think the tracks are really good. Some of the reinvented tracks are really cool as well. My disappointment is the open world. I think it's a bit lackluster. It's there's a few things to do, but the discoverability is not there. Not like a Force. I was hoping to have
yeah,
like a Force Mario Kart, and it isn't that. But but it is certainly it's a high recommend. Anyone that has a Switch should have a Mario Kart, and when you're playing at home, and you can have like 4 players on the console, and then those 4 players can be jumping on split screen and jumping onto
hmm
to online. So that's all pretty cool. Apart from when you're doing split screen, you cannot do free roam, which is a bit disappointing.
yeah,
I take it that's because obviously they have to stream the whole map. So if you got too far apart, then obviously the Switch would struggle with that. I also what's the game we both got as well? Is a Fast Fusion.
Fast Fusion, yeah.
Yeah, I played quite a bit of that. That's another
hmm
racing game like Wipeout style, where you go very fast and with spaceships. And the cool thing about this one is the fusion mechanics. So you can change your fusion from like blue to orange. So
hmm
you need to match your color on the speed ramps. So to go further, you can also jump and take shortcuts and do all of that. I think don't sleep on that game. I think that game is
Yeah.
is really really good. Good sound as well. They abuse a bit too much the DLSS on it. I think it gets a bit. The image gets a bit fuzzy at points. I think because they're trying to hit that 60 frames
Yeah.
at a high resolution. So I think that they were launching a new mold where it was without the DLSS, but with a different way of presenting it, so like a more pure mode. Anyway, that game is great. The Switch is
hmm
great. We were just waiting for more titles to come out, and one of those that's coming out soon is Donkey Kong Bonanza. Did you see the
I
direct they did about it?
I saw the direct and I was excited about this game. The direct made this a must buy. This is going to be a game of the year candidate at the end of the year. I mean, You're
Yeah.
giving me Donkey Kong mixed with Mario Odyssey with full-on destruction mechanics. Yeah,
It
yeah.
was to me it looked like Donkey Kong, Mario Odyssey, and a bit of Tears of the Kingdom. Quite a bit of Tears of the Kingdom. It
Hmm.
looked like they mentioned and the way of being able to do something in so many different ways.
Yeah.
Like you, I was excited for it. I was like, I saw them when they announced the Switch too, and they showed the Donkey Kong Bonanza. I was like, yeah, that looks good. I think I'm gonna get that at some point. After the direct, I was like, I'm getting that on day one, and I'm gonna be
Yep.
playing that on day one. That looks phenomenal. So much in there as well. It's that's so much to do, and yeah, it just reminded me of Odyssey, and I believe it's by the Odyssey team as well.
I believe you're right. Yeah, and one of the really nice things is my game stores around have Switch 2s as demos now and everything, and they have a
Mhm.
demo, a 15-minute demo of Donkey Kong Bonanza, and
Do
that
they
15
really? Oh, cool,
it's as fun as it looks. So
great.
yeah, I from the direct I was like, this is a day one buy, and then when I'm playing the demo, I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be my life for the next couple weeks after it's launched.
It's been a great year for games, and it looks like it's gonna keep going. Yeah, yeah. No, I'm super excited for it. And when I was watching it, I mean, with there was there's the singing. What's the name of the character?
Pauline.
I'm blanking. Pauline. Pauline, obviously. So the only thing is, I'm a bit confused because is this a prequel? And does he eventually kidnap Pauline, or is it somebody else he kidnaps on the original Donkey Kong games? You know what I mean?
So
Because isn't she the demo in distress? Or am I getting
she
confused? Or
she is and so from the Nintendo lore, it's not like official, but they pretty much made it official that Donkey Kong in the Donkey Kong Country games and everything is the son of Cranky Kong, and Cranky Kong is the one that captured Pauline in the original Donkey Kong game.
so not the one we're going to be playing in Bonanza then?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, well that makes more sense. It looks great. I mean, I like the with our voice you can do the echolocation to find the
Hmm.
Eden banana, whatever it was called. It was so much.
Yeah.
On these things, it was like 50 minutes. They kept showing more and more and more things you can do in the game, and I was like, bloody hell, this is
Yeah.
yeah. It was. I never felt like that after seeing the direct. The last time was when I watched Tears of the Kingdom, and they showed the
Hmm.
fusing the weapons and fusing the things together, and I was like, wow, and I felt exactly
Yeah.
the same on this. Yeah, I'm super excited. Obviously, on this podcast, we're not going to have time today to obviously talk about everything because it's been quite a bit of time since the last one. But we've had obviously all the conferences. We had some Summer Games
Hmm.
Fest and all that. But was there any like if you quickly if there's any game or that you want to talk about from those, or if not we can just obviously carry on as well if you don't have anything from those.
Nothing overly specific that I would have on there. I think Nintendo kind of overshadowed the
Yeah.
other the other announcements.
Mhm.
PlayStation, I came away once again a little bit disappointed, not
Yeah, a
overly
bit, yeah.
excited about anything.
It was very mid.
Yeah, Xbox had a few interesting things, but it wasn't their best either.
What
So
about their collaboration with ROG with the Xbox handheld ROG handheld thing, whatever it's called, LIX, or I think it's called.
So, I mean,
The,
it's basically mine with an Xbox controller. And honestly, that's an improvement. And if they add more improved hardware, I haven't looked at the specs in comparison to the one that I have. But
I don't think they've done a specs yet. I don't think.
yeah, so it might be a little bit more improved specs so it can run those Xbox games a little bit better, but
Yeah.
I mean, mine runs Game Pass just fine. I don't think it's a necessary thing,
Yeah.
but it is a good collab for both of them because
Hmm.
I mean the biggest thing with any of these handhelds, including the Switch 2, is the comfortability.
Hmm.
Especially someone like me who has large hands, um, it it's not the most comfortable thing. So if you cut an Xbox controller in half, put it on the two sides of a portable console, that's going to feel pretty
Hmm.
damn good. That's going to feel pretty damn good.
Yeah, for me, I like the Switch, obviously, to play on the Switch. But for me, the Steam Deck is the perfect size for me. Just I quite like the way the Steam Deck feels on my hands. But my hands are probably not as large as yours. But yeah, that's cool. And more recently, they've announced now as well that a collaboration with Meta, and they're doing Meta is doing a Xbox limited edition Meta Quest. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I've seen that.
Looks
Which,
looks interesting. It's basically the same as ours. In fact, I
yeah,
think it's the 3S. It's not even the same as ours.
yeah,
But
it's the 3S. It's just branded Xbox to go with their
yeah.
Xbox app that they have that you can play your Game Pass games through it. So
But they're really going with this. Everything's an Xbox, and you can play anywhere, and
mhm.
and everything, which is pretty cool. All right, okay. So should we move over to the playlist then? What do you
Yeah,
think?
I think that's a good
It's,
idea.
so many games. I had to. Normally, I'm like, oh, let me see if I can scrape 2 or 3 games together. But now it's like I need to. Out of the loads of games I've been playing, I need to pick a few myself. Obviously, we already talked about Mario Kart.
Yep.
Um, do you want to start with one yourself?
Sure. So I've got a couple smaller games that I've been playing a lot of as just filler for time if I just got a few minutes at work or something of downtime. The first one is called Drop Dutchy, and it is a Tetris roguelike, is the best way that I could describe it.
Yeah.
You draft Tetris style pieces, and they will either have like uh, farming or like wood cutting, so you get those resources, mining for gold, and then you get military options. And so you're going through these levels, and you have to basically play Tetris with also the strategy of putting the enemy blocks if there is some. Sometimes it's a peaceful one where you just put your blocks and you gather resources. But others, there's going to be an opposing military that you have to place on the board. And depending on where you place it and other pieces that go around it, they might grow stronger or you can attack them. So there's a lot of strategy involved with it. And I think you would really, really like this one. I know I talked to you about it a little bit, but the more you play, just like any roguelike, the more you unlock. So I'm unlocking different areas now, so like rivers and plains for harvesting in the fields, and rocky terrain. So it
Yeah.
gives you different resources to then build more. So um,
Yeah. Yeah.
it,
This looks pretty cool. To be fair, yeah, yeah. I definitely. I mean, obviously you talked to me about it before, so it's on my wish list already.
mhm.
But yeah, I'm gonna app it on my wish list. I'm gonna press the arrow up on the old
Yeah,
Steam on the wish
yeah.
list there for it. Looks pretty cool. Yeah. And how long have you beaten it yet, or because with the
I
roguelike sometimes it's not just you keep playing after you beat it as well normally. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't beaten the final boss yet. The boss challenges are very tough, and what I also like about it is your decisions. If you want to go a more peaceful route, that's fine, but you're then making the boss that much harder. It adds more troops or more defense to them that you have to beat. So um, there is a price to pay if you do go more pacifist through each level. So,
Hmm.
but the bosses are interesting. They're very tough, and there is a lot of strategy. So playing Tetris, which is already kind of a strategy puzzle game, but adding this aspect, it really, they did a really great job with it. So, yeah.
Yeah. No, that looks great. Yeah, it looks very very cool. Very interesting take as well on the genre. I want to talk to you about a game I've been playing, which is I think it's a. I don't like the name. I cannot maybe mainly because I cannot say it, but it's brilliant. And that the name of the game is Pipistrello, I think, Pipistrello and the Cursed Yo-Yo. And basically, this is a top-down to the adventure game, akin to your Zelda and stuff like that, where you play as well. It's one of those cities full of different types of animals. Anthropomorphized. I tried to say that word. Anthropomorphized animals. Yeah, and you play a bat that he likes to play with his yo-yo. He does all the tricks with the yo. And anyway, at the very beginning of the game, he's going back home, and his auntie, which is she runs this like the energy company of this city. Basically, she gets attacked by these 4 mob bosses, and they try to kill her and try to harvest her energy, and he kind of like throws the yo-yo at it, and then she basically her essence, our remaining essence stays inside the yo-yo. So she's guiding you through the this revenge story where you're trying to go and fight these crime bosses and grab these like 4 batteries back. So that's the basically the start. But the great thing about it is as you go through this urban backdrop, like all these different districts, and you fighting monsters and bosses and all that. You do all of it with your yo-yo. You attack with your yo-yo. You do like stuff like walk the dog, like with a yo-yo, where like you gain that a bit later on, so you can like go over water, so you can literally ride on top of it. You can do things like the around the world, where you're just doing that for crowd controls to move enemies away from you, so you can try and then hit them with a yo-yo. And there's a lot of angles throughout the levels, so you can play your yo-yo off an angle. So sometimes you can just play it off an angle to hit an enemy coming. So there's a lot of puzzle aspects to it as well. And there's a lot of also puzzle solving. So you get to some areas, and you're like okay, fine, I need to get that battery over there, or I need to get that power up, and you like pop up to think, how the hell do I get there? And then you're like, okay, fine, I'll do the trick where I go over the yo-yo, then I'll bounce off that wall, and then I'll do another trick with the yo-yo that makes me bounce off that wall backwards, and then I'll like jump onto that platform. You have to really think about it. Or sometimes it's just a case of throwing the yo-yo around, bouncing it off lots of different things, comes back and and grabs your like a boomerang, grabs the item and brings it back to you. So that's all cool. And but he also has like a lot of these games have like a Metroidvania aspect to it as well. So as you gain powers and different abilities, you can go back into areas you've been already and reach areas you couldn't access before. You're looking at some areas and like, how the hell am I going to get there? Then you find like for instance one where you throw the yo-yo onto the wall, and then you kind of like pull yourself backwards. And like, okay, fine, then you can use that to reach areas you couldn't before. And one of the cool things this has, which is very funny, is the upgrade mechanic. So the upgrade mechanic, you find like these power-ups which you can equip, and you have like skill points or bonus points or whatever. The more you have, the more of these badges you can have equipped. But you can also do passive upgrades. But the way you do passive upgrades is you need to buy them. But the person that sells them to you, she's a germaphobe, so she won't accept money that you have already. So it's not like you can just let me save 1,000 coins and go and buy something that costs 1,000. If it costs 1,000, she'll sell it to you for free. But every coin you earn going forward until you pay, until you're indebted, every coin you earn, 50% goes towards paying, the debt. But until you pay that off, there's a negative buff with it as well. So, for instance, there was one where I wanted to get it. It was quite one of the like the highest ones, and it was like you have to like it cost like 1,500 coins, right? Which is quite a bit. On the parts of the game I am, it's quite a bit. It's quite hard to earn that much, and I made a mistake because it was like, okay, we do that, but you only have one health basically. Yeah, so you're one hit die. And it took me forever because you can sell it back, but I'm stubborn, so I was like, I'm gonna get all the coins. Basically, I played for like I don't know, like an hour of the game, just trying to not get hit and earn enough coins because there, well, to earn coins you need to go and fight enemies basically. This is great. I'm super impressed with this. I haven't finished it yet. I beat 2 of the 4 mob bosses so far. I'm about 10 hours in, so I've done a lot of side quests already. It's quite a big. I think it's quite a chunky game. It's very funny. There's all the normal things you like from adventures. There's one where that's quite like what they say. They want a burger, so you need to bring them a burger. So you use yo-yo. You buy the burger, use the yo-yo to grab the burger, and then off you go wherever they are. But the key is you cannot drop the burger because if you drop, if you during a fight, you need to place the burger nicely on the floor. If you drop the burger, then you have to go back and get it. So those type of quests. There's also like I said, a lot of puzzle quests puzzle rooms where you probably have to think about it, how to get there. This is no joke. One of my games of the year. I think this will be in contention at the end, as at the end of the year for my top 5. I think without a shadow of a doubt, it's. I cannot recommend it highly enough. It is absolutely excellent. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to check that one out.
That's a demo. There's a demo on Steam, so it's a no-brainer. Just try the demo, and see what you think. But it's also quite funny, and I like the story as well, and the music is really cool. And it's like as this 16-bit aesthetic. In fact, the whole game is supposed to you're basically playing it on this handheld, like in this game. The game is in a cartridge, and it goes into this handheld looking thing. Looks like a Game Gear, and then you playing on it. So I primarily been playing on my Steam Deck because that's how I feel like it should be played because it feels like I'm playing, it's more immersive that way. Yeah, it's excellent. Like I said, I'm gonna keep playing it. I'm gonna finish it, and I cannot recommend it highly enough.
Excellent. All right. Well, next game that I want to talk about, I think you're familiar with the video series, but Viva La Dirt League, who does a bunch of videos that make kind of light of World of Warcraft type games. They do like PUBG imitations, Witcher imitations, pretty funny stuff. So they created the fictional land of Honeywood in their videos as the World of Warcraft town for the NPCs. And so this game is called Nice Day for Fishing, and it is basically you play this NPC character who turns into a player character after the evil magician kind of messes the world up. And so
evil magicians.
Yeah. So your character, if you've ever watched the videos, which I highly recommend that you do, that's a why don't you already. But there's one character in there that he is just an NPC that walks around and he says, "Howdy, nice day for fishing, ain't it?" That's all he says throughout all the videos. Yeah. That is his thing. So you're playing as that character in this game, and you have like all the other characters that you have to go rescue or go do things for, and they have like their exposition that they type out and everything. And every time you say something in the game, it's either "Howdy, nice day for fishing, ain't it?" or like throughout. It's just goofy.
This looks mad. Looks great, actually.
It's actually great. So if you think of like what is it, Starbound? Um, it's sort of that, but you're just old school little fisherman. You get a boat and a fishing rod, and you have to fish things out, and then you battle evil sea monsters and everything with your fishing rod doing specific attacks and everything. It's a very goofy but really addictive little side scroller RPG. Little bit of Metroidvania to it too, because as you continue through the game, you get more things to either allow you to fish deeper, like getting a light so you can see more in the depths.
A bit of Dave the Diver aspect to it as well.
A little bit, yeah. Except for you don't dive into the water; it's just your.
No, you're fishing. Yeah,
you're fishing.
I know how fishing works. I know how fishing works.
Do you? Okay. Not sure.
Unless doing spear fishing, right?
Yeah.
Then you are underwater. No, that looks pretty cool. About that to my wish list. Another one to add. It's just it's non-stop. So many good games coming out. So have you finished this one, or what have you done?
I haven't finished it yet. So it's one that I pick up, play, do like 1 or 2 quests during work, and then put it back down. So I'm like 4.5 hours in, I want to say. So I've unlocked more, but there's still a lot more places for me to go and areas to fish, and so yeah, it's really a surprise for me. Like when I first saw that Viva La Dirt League was doing a game, and it was this game, I was like, that there's no way this is going to be a good game. But I'm going to support it just because, and I'm really glad that I did, because it's a hell of a lot of fun.
No, that's amazing. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. Yeah, never heard of this Viva La
Viva La Dirt League? Oh man, I'll have to show you some good ones.
Yeah, I need to get on it. I think so much good stuff though. Right, can I talk to you about this other game I've been playing? And that's Clair Obscur.
Yeah.
Expedition 33. It is my game of the year. I can bury the lead if you like. Clair Obscur Expedition 33. I just could not put it down. It was one of those games where from start to finish I was hooked. I like everything about it. Everything about it. I think the story is brilliant, like really brilliant. So basically, the story of Expedition 33, certainly the beginning. I'm not going to do any spoilers. Is in this particular world, very French or aesthetically. This obviously French team that did the development. Something has happened in the world, all right. And since that has happened, this painter has shown up, and every year she writes a number on this mountain, starting from 100 and then going down. And whoever reaches that age, so whoever is that age when she writes a number, they gommage, they disappear, they turn into petals and disappear. And we joined the story when she's going from 32 to 33, and she's literally writes 33, and everyone does 33 gommages, including Gustav's, which is the main character, his friend / ex-partner. It's quite interesting, and she gommages just before he goes on the expedition. Straight away, I thought it was really interesting because straight away this was playing with themes I wasn't thinking about it, because it's like, if you know that, because you can calculate it, right? So if you know you're gonna die at 33, do you have children? Because you know that if you have children, they're gonna be quite young by the time you die, so they're gonna be orphans, right? And who's gonna take care of them? And this particular girl decided not to have children, where Gustav wanted. So that's what ended the relationship. But all of that was like given in the first like 10-15 minutes, all those things that I thought, oh, that's really cool, that's really interesting. And then off you go into the expedition, and I'm not going to talk more on the story because I think the story is brilliant, and I don't want to spoil it. Just to say that is one of the best stories I've seen in a video game, for me anyway. But then on to the game. The game is a turn-based style game, but like many games, like of the like, you have an active button, so you can when you're attacking, you can press a button at the right time, a QTE. You press the button at the right time, and that increases the damage. And likewise, when you're being attacked, you can parry the attack so you don't get hit. But some enemies just attack so many times, and you kind of have to learn their attack patterns so you can defend, and you need to learn your attack patterns so you can obviously press the buttons at the right time. So that's really cool, the way they do that. But it just there's like 5 or 6 different characters, and then all of them have different ways of playing. So and you can pick your team. You start, the beginning. It's like most RPGs. You kind of like forced to have what you have, and then towards the end you can kind of like start making your team. Towards the end you have 5 basically, and then you rotate. You have 3 on, and then 2 are your backup. But all of them play differently. All of them have different attacks. There's one which I really like, which is one that learns the attacks from the enemies. So I quite like that one because the way, as long as he's on the team when that attack happens, you learn the attack, and then you can equip it as one of your 6 skills to use. But he has a will that keeps turning every time you use power. So for instance, bestiality, I think, is one of them, or not bestiality, but bestiality is something completely different there. But
that's a power.
It is a power. Yeah. It's a similar name. I'm liking the name, but if something like that. But if that particular skill is that uses that, then it's more powerful, and then it moves the wheel along. So then next time you play with that character, then the wheel is turned. So then it's the way to play with that one, for me anyway, is to have skills that cover all the different ones from the wheel. Anyway, there's characters that concentrate more on the pairing, and there's others that like magic and I always like to play these games like I always do, which is I get a heavy like glass cannon, literally, just do the damage. I like to have a healer and then a tank kind of person. But quickly I realized I changed, and I kind of like just made all of them glass cannons because I was so good at the parrying. So I was like, oh, right. I don't need to be that strong if I can parry, like 90% of the attacks, or more. The bosses are brilliant. The enemies are like nothing I've seen. I've played so many different enemies against so many different enemies on this that are so unique and original that I've not seen on any other games before. I mean, you do have the things where certain enemies are more like there might be a weak to fire or weak to lightning. You still have all of those normal RPG things, but they're very, very unique. There's levels which are underwater that again look like nothing I've seen before. Maybe like Final Fantasy. Yeah, they look really cool. All the art direction in this game is just brilliant. Everything looks phenomenal. You have an open world. You can at one point you have like the same tropes you have on this type of games where you can you'll be able to go on the water. You'll be able to fly at some point to reach other areas. It's I don't know. It took me about 40 hours to finish it. I took my time with it. I think it's my game of the year. I think it's my game of the year, and it's not close.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's going to take a monumental effort. I do need to play more of this. I just haven't had the time to really sit down because I gotta invest a lot more time than 15 minutes, really. But uh,
Yeah.
I mean, it really right from the get go, it hooks you. And a lot of RPGs are very slow to get going. One that I'll probably talk about next podcast definitely is a slow going one. But I think I'm like 7, 8 hours into that, and it's now finally starting to pick up. I mean, that's a long time before you get to the meat. And I do take my
Mhm.
time as well, so it might be, more towards 4 or 5, but still, like this one, right from the get go, like it throws you in. You have this amazingly beautiful story that plays out right away. You know, his love that they just separated. They're going to this festival to watch that number be written, and then and they know that they're gonna turn into petals and just go off into the ether. And I I thought it really asked a very good question right from the get go in talking to some of the NPCs before you go out on the expedition. Like you're talking to some of your friends and like, are you going to go on the expedition? No, I'm just going to stay here. Like I'm going to die either way, so I'm going to stay with my family. And it's like, well, in this situation, what do you do? Like, are
Yeah.
you the one that's just going to stay with your family and accept your fate, or are you going to go on the expedition and hope that despite the failure of the other, what is it, 68 or whatever, 69 was there? I
Mhm.
forget how many there was. Maybe more than that. All the expeditions before that have failed. Like no one has ever come back.
You know what? And the thing as well is when you play it and you actually learn more about the story, and the many places he goes, the story. So I'm gonna say on that is when you learn why, who the paintress is, why that's happening, and yeah, you're gonna be like, oh wow, this is pretty special. By the way, I just had a quick look at the character I was talking about was Monaco, because I haven't played it for about a month, and I am a bit sleep deprived. It's bestial will is his will. That's
Yeah.
what I was trying to say, and he has the masks and
Not bestiality.
no bestiality, definitely not bestiality. No, I corrected myself straight away. I knew I was wrong straight away. No, but he does have the caster mask, agile mask, balanced, heavy
Yeah.
mask. So depending on the mask he's using, then that skill will be more powerful.
Yeah.
For instance, um, yeah, the story, man. Trust me, I know it's difficult to find time and you do need to put some time towards it. It doesn't, by the way, it doesn't take 40 hours to finish. I was trying to get all the achievements, so you can
Yeah.
probably finish it in 2025. You can golden path. You don't have to do all the side quests, but the side quests are so fun as well. Um, yeah, I'm. This is one of the best games I played in a long time. I'm really happy with it. I wish they did some DLC, and also it's a very small team. I mean,
Yeah.
I know these things. They're the first ones to say, if when you look at the credits, because it's a small team, 30 odd people,
Yeah.
20 odd, 30 something like that. But the obviously the credits has a lot of people because they got help from Microsoft and they got help from the
Mm-hmm.
publisher. So obviously that was that was many people helping, but it's still not an 100, 200, 300 people studio. It's a small studio, and the voice acting is brilliant as well. They have some
It
really good
really
voice
is.
actors on it as well. The voice acting is great. It was mocapped, but not mocapped by the English by the English voice cast. It was mocapped by the French team. I think some of the people that did the French
Mm-hmm.
voices as well. But you could, I don't think you lose much from it. I mean, yes, it would be better if it was mock up by the language you're watching on, but I don't think you lose much by it. I think the acting is excellent on it. I like everything about this game. I couldn't recommend highly enough, and it's on Game Pass as well. So
no reason not to
yeah.
play it if you have Game Pass.
Not if you have Game Pass. Yeah. Oh, sorry, I almost forgot. Sorry, there's one thing I forgot before we move on from it. The music on this game is so good. So they found this guy on Reddit. The creator found this guy on Reddit, and on this forum with like 5 or 6 people only or something like that. And then it's like, oh, do you want to do the music for my game? And it turns out to be a genius, the guy. So it's like 50 odd songs on the whole game.
Yeah.
And orchestral song, and he played the piano on all of them. He played the guitar, and they got this woman to do the music. I mean, I actually got the soundtrack. It's like 3 CDs,
yeah.
three, yeah, and it's absolutely brilliant. There's some songs late on, and I was like, this is a proper banger, like proper good good. And there was one time as well when I got into this side quest where they playing like the team, the song, and then they start it's an artist led game. They in French, of course, but it just starts like in French, just over the music, just reciting this poem. My French is iffy, but it's just so powerful. It's a game made by artists. It's a made game, but also made by the artists. It's a game made by somebody that loves Final Fantasy VIII and Final Fantasy X. Those games, and they wanted to say, what if I could make a Final Fantasy game today? That's not Final Fantasy, but like with great story and but like made today, and this is it.
I mean, they absolutely have done an incredible job for especially such a small team. I mean, it really makes you kind of have to look at all those big publishers and developers and everything. It's like, why can't you make a game like this? Like, I mean, day one, there was no bugs, there was no crashes. It played beautifully. Like, teams like 100 times their size can't get this level of quality, and it's just an absolute testament. I'm really looking forward to finishing the story and seeing where it goes. And
you haven't even finished Act 1, have you?
I think I've finished Act 1 now.
Okay, cool.
But not too terribly far.
It's a 3-act game anyway, so yeah.
I mean, I'll not spoilers as well, but I mean, once you like get to the area where you're trying to land at the beginning of the expedition, and that cutscene that goes with it, wow, that cutscene was intense.
Well, the cutscene at the end of Act 1 is also fucking phenomenal as well.
I'm not going to say anything about that, but
yeah,
you know,
of course, yeah.
I'm just saying the start of it, but
yeah. Well, also, it's one of those. I think it's a great game for replaying because once you know what happens at the end, and then you start remembering, it's a bit like the Sixth Sense. So I think if you go back and watch it, you go like you can see all the signs. They put it right in front of you.
Yeah.
You know it as well. So you're like, oh shit, okay, so that's very clever. You know, like it was there the whole. They were not hiding it from you the whole game. It was there from the beginning. You just had to open your eyes. It's it's brilliant. Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting game of the year. There's been some great games this year. I mean, the one I spoke about earlier as well, the Pipistrello, terrible name, but and the Curse Yo-Yo, but what a game as well. You need to definitely try that at some point. But yeah, some great games, and Bonanza coming out as well. So a good time to be a gamer.
Definitely is. This is a year that's really loading up on a lot of exciting games. I mean, we still have Metroid Prime 4. I mean, if we believe it, Hollow Knight Silk Song is still supposed to come out this year. Man.
Yeah. I'm just smiling because I was thinking, do I name this podcast Bestiality? Probably not. Probably not a good idea. I'm also thinking, I'm also thinking a couple of people that I know that are going to be listening to this are going to be throwing their coffee if they're drinking coffee at the same time or out of their mouth when I say that. It's going to be fun.
Yep.
When they hear that part. Yeah, like great games. I mean, yeah, so Silk Song. I'm really looking forward to Silk Song big time. I was such a fan of the first game, and I actually reviewed it on the podcast when it came out. Tim Sherry sent me a code for it, which is pretty cool of them back then. So I played it early on, and I was like, "Oh wow, this is special." And yeah, and I cannot wait for the second one. It's looking great, isn't it? I love those type of games. Those yeah, and
Same.
Again, yeah. So I'm really looking forward to that. All right, do you want to do a parting gift before you go?
Yeah, I've actually got one here next to me. This is something that you might even like. So I recently got my Kickstarter version of this. This is called Leviathan Wilds. It's a board game where if you think of the Shadow of Colossus, it's basically that. So you get a little spiral book, and you get titans that you have to climb around on and take the corruption out of them. So there's going to be corruption crystals all throughout. So you have to navigate with your deck of cards, and so you take a climber and then you take a speciality, and so there's 8 climbers, 8 specialities in the regular game, and then I got the expansion with it that added another climber and speciality. But you mix those 2 decks together, and that's your deck of cards, but your deck of cards is also your grip. So as you're climbing, when you exhaust...
What's it called again? Leviathan what, sorry?
Leviathan Wilds.
Okay.
But you take your deck of cards, and so you'll have 3. You play 1, and you have like the amount of points that you get to do that turn, and then you can play other cards in your hand for their special abilities. But the more cards you use, the quicker you're going to go through your grip. So you have to navigate that, and you don't mix your discard back into your deck until you do a rest action, and you can only do that on a safe ledge. So there's little ledges throughout the Leviathans as well. So it's a really, really great strategy game. A lot of fun with up to 4 players, and when I saw it, I was like, oh, this is Shadow of the Colossus. And it very much is, but you're not like trying to kill the Leviathan, you're just trying to kill the corruption off of them. So yeah, the base game comes with 17 different Leviathans to take on, and they have their own special decks, their own special powers. Oh
wow.
It's really an incredible package. I don't know if you can find it in a store per se. You might have to order it from the company, and that would be Moon Crab is the company that makes it. But you might be able to get a copy off of their website. But yeah, it's probably not one that you're going to see in a lot of stores, but it's something that if you find it, I strongly suggest picking it up.
My issue with board games is I love playing them when I do play them, but I don't have anyone to play with. I know there's, you can go to board game places and play board, but That's why I play my video games, my VG games.
Yeah.
But my partner Amelia, she doesn't like board games. So
I mean, the nice thing with this one as well is it does have a solo mode, so you can play by
okay,
yourself. It's I'm not overly excited about playing a game by myself, but in a game like this, there's another game that I picked up recently that has a really great solo mode.
mm-hmm.
Like I'm more apt to doing that because the setup really isn't tough. You just flip to the page of the Leviathan you want to go to, get the decks going, and you're good. Start climbing.
Yeah, cool. That looks interesting. All right, I have a why don't you as well? And that's a new game that I'm creating called Bestiality. Okay, so no, I'm joking. I have it's a podcast. I wanna
Bruno is
recommend to you.
splitting off from the podcast already and starting a new bestiality one. First
No,
episode
no,
will be.
I'm making a board game. It's a board game. Yeah, it's a board game.
Oh, it's a board
Yeah,
game.
yeah,
I thought you were just
yeah.
going to talk about how growing up on a pig farm, bestiality was all the rage. So
I never grew up in a pig farm. It was a sheep farm. Come on.
sheep farm. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, get with the program.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I want to talk to you about. It's been a Why Don't You before, on Monkey Tail, but this is Rogue Gamers, so I'm
As
kind of
old as
cheating.
new again.
Exactly, and it's been a while since this has been a recommendation. I think you would really like this. It's a podcast called they Dab Game Club. Okay.
Okay.
And this is a podcast where two veteran developers, they work in games like the Republic Commando, Halo, a lot of like big games, right? They pick they do like 2 or 3 episodes on the game, like every week they do like maybe 3 weeks they do a game. They're doing Cape Story at the moment, but they they've done Halo, they've done Minecraft, they've done all of the they've done Rogue, they've done all of these old games, and they play through the game and they talk about their perspective from a developer point of view, like how the game was created and stuff like that. But they also get developers and people or other people from the game normally towards the final episode to talk about the game as well. They've done Doom, they've done you name it, and it's really really interesting. It's really cool. Yeah, they're doing Cape Story at the moment, which is a game I've tried to play before, and I didn't. I've only played a bit. I do own it. I do need to go back to it and play it again. But it's cool. So sometimes if they're doing a game you want to revisit, like if they're doing a Metroid Prime, or they're doing a Super Metroid or something, you're like, okay, I'll play the game. So like at the moment, I'm like, oh, I'll play Cave Story and I'll listen to them talk about it as I'm playing. So it's quite cool. It's like you can yeah, to have that perspective. They're pretty knowledgeable, and yeah, you learn a lot about how games are made, and yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, Dab Game Club. Trust me. Yeah, trust me. You'll like it. Just go back to the back catalog, pick a game you like, and just you'll learn a lot. Trust me. And I think it's interesting. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, Dab Game Club. That's the name. Yeah.
All right. And,
okay.
All right. Well, before we go, I do have a question for you. I'm assuming that you and Marius have officially finished Split Fiction now. What did you think of that last level?
Oh, I thought it was phenomenal. I am. I don't want to spoil it because it's still quite. I'm an anti-spoiler person, and it's still quite fresh. But the moment it happened, and I'm just skirting around because you know what I'm talking about, skirting around the thing. The moment it happened, and obviously the screen is split in two as it is throughout most of the game. Even though they're very good at bringing the two sides together. Anyway, the screen is split in two, and then I was like, I go like, I wonder if I can, and then I go and I'm like, oh, I can, yeah, and then Mario sees me doing that and is like, oh, I can, all right, that is really really interesting, and that synergy and the moving from one side to the other, yeah, it was unlike anything I've ever seen. It was is pretty epic. Overall, I thought the game was excellent. The story was okay.
Yeah.
Some people didn't like It Takes Two story. I think It Takes Two story was better. Personally, I really liked it. It Takes Two, spoke to me a bit more. But I really liked it. I think it's a top tier game. Is it better than It Takes Two? I don't think so, but I don't think many things are. I think It Takes Two is like up there, top 10 for me, maybe games ever made. So this one is not far behind though. It's excellent. There was a lot of great ideas there. Yeah, I love it. I think you'll hear about it again towards the end of the year when we do our Game of the Year podcast. It'll be interesting to see. I think it's going to be an interesting both for our Game of the Year podcast, but also for the Game Awards. I think it's going to be an interesting one this year because I think there's a lot of contenders, as we said already. So yeah, I'll see. I think this is going to win some awards. I do think Clair Obscur is gonna sweep the board. I think Clair Obscur is gonna win best RPG. It's gonna win best song, best music as well.
Oh yeah.
Might not win best. Well, the acting is really good. I hope they don't get best acting because I think I want that to go to Troy Baker for Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Because it came out after the Indiana Jones came out after so it qualifies. So I think he should win that because he was brilliant, wasn't he? As Indiana,
he was.
I think it's gonna be it's gonna be an interesting game awards. But I do think that Clair Obscur is gonna run away with it. But then again, Death Stranding 2 just came out to really good reviews as well. So I don't know. It's gonna be good. Yeah, that's another game I haven't got time to play. But yeah,
yeah,
it's fun.
It's going to be incredible to see how the rest of the year goes, and what our thoughts are, and what everyone else's thoughts are going to be.
Yeah, but to answer your question, I thought the last level of Split Fiction was great. I don't want to spoil anything. Maybe I spoiled too much already on it, but I thought that the fact that you could do the thing that you were like, I wonder if I could, is pretty cool. Yeah, there you go.
All right. Well, I think that wraps up episode 3 of the Rogue Gamers podcast. If you like what you heard, give us a like on YouTube or whatever app you are listening to us on. If you don't like us, you can send me an email at roguegamerspodcast@gmail.com. Tell me how much we suck and what we need to do to make it better. I almost forgot. One last housekeeping item. I know Bruno doesn't want it to be talked about, but we did have a draft on best game music scores last podcast. We didn't have much of a voter turnout, but the voter turnout that was there voted me the winner. So it's 1-0. Donut right now, just so everyone is aware. But next podcast we'll have to do another draft, see if Bruno can even up the score, or if I can dominate him once again. So
congratulations on your very narrow win. You were I mean, yes, you were a very. I think you won by like a 1 point or 2. So yeah, well done. That's amazing. We'll do our next podcast for sure. Yeah.
Yep. So if anyone has an idea on what we should draft, definitely shoot us an email. If you are friends with us in the Discord, you can also message us there. But other than that, Bruno, we can find you on Twitch, correct?
Yeah, Sir Bruno Pinto on Twitch. Sorry, just quickly on that. If no one sends anything, I think we should do draft zombie games. Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
That zombie. Let's do zombie games. Let's do zombie
All right.
games because I'm gonna wipe the floor with you with zombie games. Yeah, you're gonna wish you were a zombie by the time I'm done with you. Okay.
I don't think you have the brains to be able to do that. I'm sorry.
Wow. Yeah, that's good. That's good. I like that. I like
Yeah.
that. That's good. That's good. That's good. We'll see.
Thank you.
Yes, find me on Twitch, Bruno Pinto. I stream Monday to Thursday, mostly PUBG, but I'm there around 6 p.m. UK time. Yeah.
All right, and you'll find me here and sometimes on Bruno's stream. But with that being said, thank you for listening / watching. And we will be back in 2 weeks, confirmed, with another episode of the Road Gamers podcast. I have been Aaron, aka Immortal Donut.
I've been Bestiality. I mean, Bruno. See you see you in a couple weeks.
Maybe it might just be me after that.